years ago, 60 years ago, the djembe drum didn't use rope to hold everything together. It was only skin and sometimes skin, and they added rims at one point as well when they added the rope. And the way they used to tighten the drum was they used to sit it out in the heat, in the sun. And when it sits out in the sun, the skin would stretch, and that's how it would get tighter. Now, you know, we use rope and rings, and we put these crosses in it to make it more tight. And a tighter drum has a tighter sound. So, say this drum, or this one, I know you can just tighten it. Versus higher sound, okay? So I'm just gonna do a quick presentation.
Baba, one note. The brother who's responsible for this system being popular is Chief Bey. And he must be acknowledged because he was the one who told the brothers from Guinea, the Guinea International Dance Company, when they came here, they were not using this system.
That's right.
Nobody on the continent was using this system. Chief Bey told one of the brothers in the Guinea Ballet Company this system, and that became popular. Now, if these drums, when they come from the continent, they don't know that Chief Bey did that.
What year was that? About around.
Wow.
That goes back.
It goes back, it must be in the 60s. No, in the 60s. When the Guinea Ballet Company first came over here.
Right.
Because that's around the time that when drums of passion, because Chief Bey was working with Olatunji, because Olatunji was not a folklorist. He was not sent over here to do that. He became that. But he came over here, he was studying engineering down in Morehouse. And when he saw the confusion about African culture, he began to bring traditional programs. But the group of brothers that he picked on Drums of Passion included Chief Bey, included Ralph Dorsey, and Logic Kamada was on the second album. He was not on the first one. So on the first album, they didn't have any djembe. Logic Kamada was on the second one, more Drums of Passion. And then when the Guinea Ballet Company came, it was Tunji that showed the brother how to use this. And then the brothers in Guinea were wondering how his drums stayed tight. And so he showed them that. And because every 5 minutes, they, in order to take a solo, they had to go back and heat the drum again. But that system allowed the drum to stay tight. And then it spread. So the elders in the Guinea Ballet Company, they knew that Chief Bey was the one responsible. But now if you mention Chief Bey's name over there, they don't give him the props. But this is a brother, Chief Bey, African, born in the Carolinas, roots Mengichi. He is the one that's responsible for this system. So we need to understand that the influence as far as the culture is concerned is going both ways.
Right. And then you.
So every time when we talk about it, we got to acknowledge it. Yes, Logic Kamada? Logic Kamada, he came in on the second one, so that's in the early 60s. With the more Drums of Passion, then Logic Kamada comes in, and then that's when the djembe blew up. Because before then, it was gungas, and Chief Bey was playing the Ashiko drum.
What's an Ashiko drum?
Ashiko drum out of Nigeria and the Congo. So that drum is not, it's different sound. Different sound, it's, you know, but he used that system. That's when that came in. And now when you go over there, all the drums that they're making, they're using these rims and things like that. But more often than not, if you ask them who Chief Bey is, they don't know. But when we talk about this drum, we have to mention his name. Because now this system is gone to another level. Because he was the medium through which this system became popular.
And just to make the point, even now, they don't have the same quality of rope. They will prefer to use the quality of rope that we have here, the mountain climbing rope.
Yes.
Over there, you know, so that's like a good thing. If you could bring some of that down there, they'd be like, all right, yeah, you know, thank you very much, you my brother, you know, because they don't have that, even now they have a thinner gauge of rope, because they don't know the technology to produce a mountain climbing rope like we have it now. So I just want to also, I wanted to do a demonstration about the different tones of the djembe drum. So I will play a little bit and then I'll explain the sounds that this drum makes. But this drum, as y'all probably felt it,
Yes,
so you feel your heart start racing, right? You feel energy that you didn't know. You're like, where'd that come from?
Yes, sir.
You know, us drummers, we have a saying. We say, God made the drum first, and what we mean by that is that everything that comes into being needs energy, right? It needs power. It needs some spark. That's what they say, the Big Bang Theory. There was some spark that created the whole universe, right? This is one of the ways in our culture that we create that spark between our spirit, right? Spirit of the drum, and just like that, we have a spark. So we're able to create the energy and bring power back into our lives, right? So what I was playing was the fundamentals in different patterns. So the first fundamental, first beat that everybody learns and that everybody can play is the bass. Comes in the center of the drum, right? And the reason why everybody can play it is because if you tilt the drum over and you put your hand down in the middle, it makes a bass sound, right? So you'll get that bass. The second thing I was playing was the tone. What you have to do is, I always tell people, you put your hand up in the diamond. Rockefeller made this famous later on, but put it up like this in the triangle, right? And then you drop your hand on the drum. This is what I call ready position, right, just resting right above the drum. And from here you have your tones, your bass, and what I didn't tell you about was your slap. So bass, tone, slap. Bass, tone, slap. The tone and the slap is sometimes the hardest thing to do, but what I tell people is that, we talked about that spark, that energy. If the slap feels different, right? You hear it? Feels different then. And so if you want to play a tone in the slap, you need to be able to feel a tone in the slap. So if you can feel the tone in the slap, you gotta transfer that energy to your hand, and you'll get your tone. And when you want to bring that even more fire, bring it, and your slap will come out. You transfer that energy, right? So that's a brief demonstration about the djembe drum. And one other thing I want to tell you, very rarely will you hear a djembe drum playing by itself. These drums come in a family, right? So you have an orchestra of drums, and usually these are played by villages and families that came together and make this music. This is an exciting thing. So you have little children from young that study to learn the music, so what we call, there's three other drums that usually get played in a djembe orchestra. They are the doon doon, the king kini, which we have there, and the sangba, which is a little larger than the king kini. So thank you. I won't take up more of your time. Play some more.